What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Tuesday night's Anfield Agenda late night roundup. Tonight we're going to be saying wingers, wingers, and more wingers, please. That's what we need. I'm going to tell you who we've been linked with and who is possible. We're going to talk about Xabi Alonso and Chelsea yet again. We'll be asking are the Reds about to bring in a Napoli player this summer, and lots more over the next few minutes. As always, my friends, you know I want to know your thoughts, so let me know in the comment section. Drop a like if you enjoy this video, and of course I certainly hope that you do. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If I could be so bold as to ask you guys a massive favour, we're closing in on 60,000 subscribers on the Anfield Agenda Clips channel. Next season we're going to be rebranding that and putting out lots more content on it, and we don't want you guys to miss out. So make sure that you are subscribed to it by scanning the QR code there on the screen. That'll bring you right in. Or you can just search Anfield Agenda Clips. Lots to get through, but I'm going to start my pitch with this. If you're watching that Paris Saint-Germain Bayern Munich game, as I'm sitting here recording this, it's half-time in that game, and I've seen more football, good football played in 45 minutes there than I've seen in Liverpool shirts the entire season. That, my friends, is what football should be about. Passing, moving, but also pacey wingers who are direct and run at people. We've been calling for ages here on the channel. It breaks your heart seeing Luis Diaz out there tearing apart that Bayern defence and really just running the show. And then you see what we don't have at the club right now, which is those options. So if we're going to be stuck with numb, boring football with Arne Slot, at least give us a couple of wingers to try and make it a little bit more exciting. And over the course of this video, I'm going to tell you about who is possible, who we should be going after, and of course, I want to know what you guys are thinking. So let's start off with the news around Xabi Alonso. This posted by @ChelseTransfer, obviously looking at all things Chelsea, said breaking. Enzo Fernandez is close to having a new manager at Chelsea as they advance for Xabi Alonso, according to @TYC Sports. So, as we brought to you guys earlier on, Chelsea starting now to look at those managerial candidates. Still would say Andoni Iraola is probably the favourite at this point. He shares an agency with Alonso as well, so we'll let you guys know about that as and when it progresses. For Liverpool, well, it looks like we're stuck with Arne for another season. Look, I'm not going to get into it all over and over again, but if you've watched that PSG Bayern game tonight, you'll know what football should look like, and we aren't seeing that at Anfield. So, let's talk Curtis Jones. Paul Joyce has had this to say about Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones has a decision to make. He'll soon be entering the final year of his contract, and at the age of 25, it would be understandable if he sits down in the summer and considers whether his future should be at his boyhood club. There's no doubt that Jones' preference would be to stay at Liverpool if he could be the main man. He'd back himself to thrive and probably hope he'd broken the back of that task when starting regularly going into the new year, only to be then the one who missed out again. Is there anybody Arne isn't going to drive away? Is there anybody he isn't going to alienate? Now, I'm not sitting here telling you that Curtis Jones is going to be a regular starter in the Liverpool team. Quite frankly, I don't think he's up to the task long term. But you can see there yet again, promises made, promises broken, players confused about what's going on. And Jones would be one of the few players you would say has probably progressed under Arne. So, yeah, answers on a postcard for this one. Alisson doesn't want to be here. Jones doesn't want to be here. Salah doesn't want to be here. What's the common denominator here? You know what it is. It's Arne Slot, and I'm going to keep saying it because we're all going to be proved right in the long term. It seems like, though, we're going to have to stick through another year. Now, can there be some light at the end of the tunnel? Well, perhaps. We know that there is a complicated situation with Yan Diamonde, and our friends over at Anfield Watch reckon that the Reds could switch up to Bradley BARCOLA. Let me read this out to you. So they said, Bradley BARCOLA to Liverpool. So we believe that Diamonde should be the number one choice, and I would agree with Anfield Watch on that. However, Liverpool aren't the only ones to talk with Diamonde's people. As we showed you guys here on the channel before as well, Paris Saint-Germain are interested there, as of course many others are. Signing the player would create the opportunity, they say, for Bradley BARCOLA to leave PSG, though it's entirely possible that the Frenchman leaves anyway. He might end up being a magnificent consolation prize for Liverpool. 21 goals and 18 assists across all competitions this season. There can be no doubt, they say, that BARCOLA is a special player. He's just at a club littered with star forwards, and again, wouldn't mind some of them at Liverpool. Watching Kavisha Kvaratskhelia tonight, Luis Diaz, Michael Elise, it really has been a who's who of attack-minded players. And I'm watching the movement in midfield as well, the incisive passing of Vitinha. It really is just a festival of football. Now, make no mistake about it, that's the level that Liverpool should be aiming for, and I think we'll all admit, we're not getting there at the moment, are we? I've been more entertained in that 45 minutes than I have been the entire season watching Liverpool, and I dare say I'm not the only one there. So let me know what you guys think. How can we make it better? Who do we realistically need to bring in? And I want to know, are you really behind Arna? Let me know in the comments on this one, because I've yet to meet anybody out there who really does believe in the manager. The best you're getting is people think they want to give him one more year because he won the league. Seems like FSG think the same. But let's talk about Rio Ngamoha, excuse me, because Joe Cole has stressed that Liverpool must take a cautious approach with Rio. He said, I think it's a case of developing. It's about the family unit around him, the structure at the club put in and around him, about not overexposing him, no over-reliance on him. I think that's the responsibility. The club, the family, and all the right people around the player. It's a tough one, but I think we're much more equipped to do nowadays. We understand a little bit more about developing players' mindset, mentality, what players need. I'm sure Rio has got that. He's exciting to watch as well. No doubt he is. On the situation with Yan Diamonde, it is a complicated one. We know that RB Leipzig are pushing hard to give him a new deal, one that would have a release clause that would be available from next year. They truly believe one more year's development there would be best for him. And look, if I'm putting my unbiased hat on, I probably don't blame them. You would look at a footballer 19 years of age and think, yeah, one more year there in a good league in Germany and the moves are still going to be there for him. But selfishly, as a Liverpool fan, of course, I want him to come in. Now, I want to know in the comments, one-word answers, BARCOLA or DIAMONDE. If you had the choice to take one, who would you go for? And if you want to be a little bit bold, let me know exactly why as well. Now, I promised you some links to a Napoli player at the start of this video. This in from Team Talk, and they say Liverpool are targeting Napoli centre-back Sam BEUKEMA ahead of the summer transfer window. Arne Slot highly rates the defender and considers him a good fit for his system. So he must be able to pass the ball sideways and then go diagonally 40 or 50 yards, because that's the Slot way after all. So let me know on this one, folks. Sam BEUKEMA, not the first time he's been linked with Liverpool. No sign of any fee in there. Don't really know much about him, to be honest with you. But I want to know your thoughts on it in the comment section. So in this video, we've covered the situation with wingers. Who do we need? How many are we expecting? At least 2 for me. That's what I think we need. A DM, of course, as well. Haven't really got a name on DM for you yet that I think Liverpool are likely to go for. Guessing it's probably going to be somebody like Wharton or Gomez from Wolves. Maybe even looking around Angelo Stiller could be a shout as well. But not sure as of yet. But when I do find out where we're going for, I'm sure to let you guys know about it. So that is it from me for now, ladies and gents. See you tomorrow. Appreciate you guys dropping by as always. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Drop a like if you have enjoyed the video. But I want to know your thoughts on the winger situation. Are you worried about Alonso going elsewhere? And what's the future going to look like under Arne? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely intrigued. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.